Welcome to the Inspire and Learn series. We are TMG, a multi-award winning dealership in Australia specialising in catamarans. Join us as our expert team teach you all about anchoring, docking, rigging, sail trim, maintenance and so much more, so you can build confidence in your catamaran handling ability. In this episode, we are going back to basics. Let's talk about how to hoist the mainsail.
Hello and welcome back to another Inspire and Learn episode. My name is Joe Fox from TMG. Today we're going back to basics on board this Lagoon 42. We're going to be looking at the procedures and processes for hoisting your mainsail in an orderly and safe manner. And come with me and I'll show you how to prepare the boat prior to leaving the dock. Now what I like to do before I untie the boat and leave the marina, I like to prepare the sail bag. I'm using this as an auxiliary, so if I lose power on the engines, one or two or both engines during my maneuver off the dock, the sail is ready to go so that if I need to sail away from any danger, I can do that. So I'm just going to open the sail bag now, chucking all the weighted straps over the top. Sail bags do vary, so you might have a zip. This one has webbing straps with buckles. This one's nice and easy to undo, as they all are on the Lagoons. Once the sail bag's open, I know the sail can go up the mast when I pull on the halyard. What I'll also do is just check that the main halyard is attached to the head of the sail. Now I can see that this one is, the shackle is done up and there is a cable tie safety on there as well. So I know that that's okay, that's not going to come undone at all. So now the sail bag is all open. I know it's going to go up when I want it to. I'll make my way back to the helm station and we'll take the boat out of the marina. Now, what we're not talking about here is our pre-departure checklist. Now, this is available in another video that we've done. Do see the link below. So if you're also interested in finding out how to maneuver your vessel on and off the dock, do check the link below as well for another instructional video that we've done on that topic. So there are a number of things that you need to bear in mind before you hoist the mainsail on your boat. We're going to need to factor in the wind strength. Now this is very important because when we're sailing, if the wind is 20, 25, 30 knots, we need to preemptively put in reefs. So this means not hoisting the sail all the way up, hoisting it part way up and putting in the reef lines, which you can also check out in the video below as well. Another thing we need to factor is the wind direction. Now when you're hoisting the mainsail, it makes it so much easier if you are head to wind. There are a number of ways in which you can tell where the wind is coming from. The more experienced sailor will be able to look at the water and see ripples that run at 90 degrees to the direction of the wind. Although on board the boat we have a number of instruments that we can use. So we have an anemometer on the top of the mast. I can see here my true wind is the blue arrow at the top of the screen. That's about 10 degrees off my starboard bow, so I might go 10 degrees to starboard and that will pull me directly head to wind. I can also look at the top of the mast. Now we have a Windex on the top of the rig which is designed for seeing from this level. It's 20 meters or so away, but I can see that the tail of that is directly in line with the back of the boat. So I've got kind of three indicators there that I'm pointing in the right direction. What I'll do now, I know that we've got 600-700 meters up to my starboard side of clear open water that I can drive into the wind at low speed, maybe 1.5 or 2 knots. For this I'll use the autopilot because it's like my second crew member in this situation. Autopilot will keep us head to wind in the direction I want to go. You can also use a crew member if you've got a good helmsman or helmswoman on board. You can ask them to drive the boat. So I'll pull the boat back now to really just idle revs, so tick over speed. We're slowing down, we're going less than 3 knots now. I'll put the autopilot on and this is my kind of sail hoisting mode now. The boat's moving nice and slowly. If I drive faster, then the apparent wind over the deck is going to be more. There's going to be more wind flapping the sail and there's just more going on. So you want to go as slow as you can while still maintaining control with the rudders. The next thing we need to do is take the main halyard. Now on a lagoon, every lagoon, the main halyard is black. This will vary from boat to boat, but this is the same line that I just pointed out attached to the head or the very top of the sail that we'll use to pull the sail up. I'll wrap this onto the winch. I'll go 3 in light wind, maybe even 4 if there is a little bit more wind. And this just gives you more pulling power, more friction around the drum of the winch, gives you more power. I also need to open the reefing lines. Now it might be that last time I used the boat I had reef 2 in which case reef 2 will be pulled all the way through All these reefing lines, reefs 1, 2 and 3, need to be completely open. You also need to just run your fingers through all the lines here. So as the sail goes up, but we just want to make sure that there is not any knots or kinks that are going to get caught in the jammer as we hoist. You'll also need to make sure that the main sheet is loose, so that as the sail goes up, if the wind does catch it and move the boom can move a little bit. So I'll let this off a bit, but I won't let it off too much, just so there's less chance of the sail filling with wind as I hoist. I'm now ready to hoist. So when it's easy early on, you can get someone to sweat it so they pull out and then down on the halyard. That's a quick way, and when you do that, you'll be tailing it, okay? So pulling it through, that's much quicker. If you're on your own, or if you just want to take things a little bit slower, maybe it's your first, second, third time doing this, do it on the winch, nice and slowly. Slow is pro, I like to say. That's the way to do it. As I hoist the sail, I'm listening for any sounds that sound untoward. So the winch loading up, if the winch starts to slow down and make some noise, means there's maybe something caught. It might be one of the reef lines here, it might be the square top of the sail caught in the lazy jacks. So it's important just to, monitor with sound as well as sight. You'll be looking up, you'll be making sure that the head of the sail goes through the lazy jacks without getting caught. Lazy jacks are these small lines which run from the mast to the boom bag. Now these support the boom bag when it's full of the sail. They also hold the boom bag open so that when you drop the sail, it falls into the boom bag. So these are either side of the sail. We just need to make sure the sail goes up between them without getting caught. I'm now ready to hoist. So I've got 2 speeds on the winch. You might be doing this on a manual winch, which is also fine. Good on you, because I wouldn't do that because I'd sweat too much. Now you can see here that the reefing lines are all being pulled through. Now this is because the last person to use the boat had all 3 reefs in. So as we pull the sail up with the main halyard, we are pulling the reefing lines through. So that's what I'm doing. I've got one hand on the halyard winch and one hand just here, just making sure that these feed through nicely. Now I've heard the winch load up there. I've also got a marker on this boat as well. That's useful because that tells me, visually down here, that the sail is all the way at the top. I can hear the winch is pretty loaded up, so that luff, that front edge of the sail, is nice and tight. And looking up, visual confirmation, I can see that the sail is all the way up, so we are ready to go sailing. And that is how you hoist your mainsail. Now, past this point, you start sailing the boat. That is another video, but if you did enjoy this video and would like to learn more, do have any questions, do drop a comment below. We do enjoy doing these videos to share our knowledge with you, to hopefully get as many as we can out on the water. If you did enjoy this video, do give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll be back soon with another episode.
Join us in the next episode where we teach you how to unfurl the head sail. We'll see you then.